Hello, welcome. This is Blockchain Bloom, the blockchain educator. I'm Attila Pink, and in today's video, I'm going to talk about that actually Grayscale tops 50 billion US dollar and soon will pass the world largest commodity ETF if it's going to go in this direction and in this speed. So let's talk about that because Grayscale is already major and getting just bigger and bigger. The second thing I would like to talk about is all about that, Coinbase went public yesterday, and let's talk about the ups and downs and what happened. And the third thing I would like to share with you that now it's official. The next chief of the SEC will be Gary Gensler, and I think it's worth to talk about it, how he thinks about cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, and the future of that. So guys, all this in today's video. And if you would like to get daily, fresh cryptocurrency and blockchain news, you should definitely subscribe to this YouTube channel, Blockchain Bloom. Hit the subscribe button, bell button, and all, and then you're getting the notifications every time I put a new video here online. So it's very important to stay up to date in crypto and blockchain. Otherwise, you cannot really participate in this market. And also educate yourself. This is key, the knowledge, because then you can actually act in the right direction and you can make wise decisions. And for instance, if you're new in crypto, then you should definitely check out my course, which is all about how to start to invest in Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. It's a free course. The link is under this video. Check it out. You can download it and then you can learn from it. And there are other courses and other useful links. Check them out as well. And now let's move on to the market. We can see that Bitcoin actually is at the moment 62,875 US dollar, which is about a 2.5% decrease in the last 24 hours. On the other hand, Ethereum went up another 3% and around new all-time highs. Actually, it's getting higher and higher now. Sorry, not losing my voice, hopefully. At the moment at 2,455 US dollar. When we're looking at the top gainers, we can see Digibyte at the top at 22%. Then we see WRX 20% up, WeChain 17% up, and many others. Let's check out now the kind of losers. We see XRP now going down 11%, Stellar minus 9%, Tron minus 8%. So actually what we can see, Ethereum from the big guys is doing very well and getting higher and higher. Bitcoin is right now going sideways a little bit after its move. Now Ethereum is the one which is rather leading between these two cryptocurrencies. And now let's move on to the first news, which is all about Grayscale and the growth of Grayscale. I think it's worth to talk about it. So yes, we can see investors in crypto, no question of that. And the big guy in crypto, one of the big guys is Grayscale. And look, here we have this article which says that Grayscale actually tops 50 billion US dollar in crypto assets and will soon pass world's largest commodity ETF if it's going to go like this. So Grayscale continues to grow, as you have seen. I remember that, for instance, just after the halving, Grayscale was buying more Bitcoin than the Bitcoin which came out a day. So, after the halving in May, the daily, and right now, daily Bitcoin, what gets into the system is around 900 Bitcoin, and Grayscale, it's buying more than that per day. So Grayscale continues to grow, passing 50 billion US dollar. That's equivalent to the world's second largest commodity ETF. So already the second largest, equal with that. And as you can see, surpassed this 50 billion in cryptocurrency assets under management for the first time. Grayscale AUM is creeping over closer to 57 billion, holding of the largest commodity ETF. So in the largest commodity ETF, we have 57 billion, and Grayscale already passed the second biggest one, and now probably that one it's aiming for and coming up pretty much. The company has plans to convert into an ETF when regulations allow. So this is another interesting thing. They would like to convert to ETF, but now, of course, waiting for the regulations. Grayscale CEO Michael tweeted that he believes the Grayscale Bitcoin Fund, or GBTC, is likely to surpass the GLD fund by market cap in a few months. So we're talking about actually a few months. Here you can see the tweet. We believe gold symbolized the diminishing potential for sustained commodity price advances, notably versus Bitcoin. Assets in Grayscale's GBTC is dominant on exchange vehicle are set to pass funds in the leading gold ETF tracker GLD in a few months. So they believe in a few months they're going to break this. So Grayscale provides cryptocurrency exposure to institutional investors and hold approximately 660,000 Bitcoin in total, representing the 3.5% of Bitcoin, which is out in circulation. Altogether, we have 18 million, 68 million, 68 in circulation in Bitcoin, and they have the 3.5% in one hand in Grayscale. So Grayscale doesn't just deal with Bitcoin actually, with almost 20% of companies' AUM spread across a dozen cryptocurrencies, including, for instance, Ethereum. They having 7.4 billion Ethereum. They have 405 million in Litecoin. And then, here you can see the list: Ethereum Classic, Bitcoin Cash, and then now they bought Decentraland, LivePeer, Filecoin, Basic Attention Token, Chainlink, and so on and so forth. The firm is already the largest US digital asset manager by the large margin, with Pantera, the second largest manager. And the second one, it's holding 4.3 billion US dollar, less than 1/10 of the 50 billion held by Grayscale. And this, which shows how big Grayscale is, think about the second one is just holding 4.3, less than the 1/10 of it. And now when you go here to Bitcoin treasuries, then you can see here all these companies, and then you can find here, Grayscale. This is just Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, okay? So Grayscale, Bitcoin Trust. And when you're looking at this, I have to zoom out, look all together, and then zoom in. Okay, so altogether we see that there are more than 64 billion US dollar put into Bitcoin by investors, institutional investors, and the value of that is right now at almost 90 billion US dollars. So a nice investment. And the major guy is here, Grayscale, as we can see. But this is just a Bitcoin fund. But as I said, 20% of it is in other cryptocurrencies. So definitely seeing crypto growing, Grayscale growing. And now the next thing I would like to talk about, it's all about Coinbase, listed yesterday on NASDAQ. And how it went. Let's talk about that. If you remember, yesterday I talked about it. So yesterday was the day when actually Coinbase went public. Yes, yesterday we just could talk about the reference price, which was set to $250 US. And then I talked about it that in many cases, those guys who went directly on the market, actually, usually the opening price was 37% or 30-something percent higher than the set reference price. And actually, it just happened the same way with Coinbase. So first of all, Coinbase shares meet crypto volatility, first soar, then fall to close below opening price. Yes, up and down as we were waiting for. The crypto exchange shares traded above 400 and then into low 300 after starting of 381. So actually this was the opening price. So the reference price was well below this 250. So after opening 381 around 1:30 p.m. ET, Coinbase shares, this is on Nasdaq and called Coin, soared to as high as $429.54 before dropping more than 100 points over the next hour and a half of the close at 328. That was below 348 price, where the shares last changed hands in a private market. So even with their dizzying drop, Coinbase shares were well above their 250 reference price, as I just mentioned, assigned on Tuesday evening by Nasdaq, compared to the first trade of 381. However, Coin closed down 14% on that day. Here you can see the move, what Coinbase did. I think it looks pretty similar to actually a crypto asset. When something gets launched on Uniswap, you can see first it goes up and then it goes down, then it goes sideways probably after a while, and then it goes probably up. But it's too early to say anything because we had just the first day yesterday, so we will see how it will continue. But to be honest with you, this was the one we were waiting for, this kind of movement. So it comes out, then goes up, and then goes down, and then we will see. We need a couple of days, this whole thing to settle. Okay, let's move on now to the third thing, which is all about the new chief of SEC. And that's important because, they bring the regulations, and the new chairman is, the new chief will be, now it's official, Gary Gensler. So yeah, let's discuss that. The SEC, it's definitely an important player in US, bringing the rules to the table, and therefore it's very important who is the chief of the SEC. And now we have here an official announcement, because it's official. Gary Gensler is the new chair of the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, after 53-45 vote by the US Senate on Wednesday. And look, here is a quote. What is he saying about crypto? Because this is actually important for us. So Bitcoin, on the other hand, cryptocurrencies and other cryptocurrencies have brought new thinking to payment and financial inclusion, but they have also raised new issues of investor protection that we still need to attend to. Gensler said during a confirmation hearing held by the Senate Banking Committee last month, if confirmed as the SEC, I would work with fellow commissioners to both promote the new innovations, but also at the core to ensure investor protection, which is actually clever. Yes, okay, let's protect the investors. But overall, when you're looking at his work and his approach to cryptocurrency, you can see that he's actually not the guy who is totally against it and want to shut it down. So to having him as the chief of the SEC, I think it's not a bad thing. It could be much worse. Of course, we don't know what kind of regulations they will bring in the future. But if the leader doesn't think negatively about crypto and he's actually open to new innovation, but definitely would like to stay on the safe side, this is something which means, okay, things, green light with regulations. And actually, we cannot hope for more, because you cannot play that card that no regulation and things should just continue like this. If you want to get mainstream adoption in crypto, you would like to fit it in our present financial and monetary system, then definitely regulations are needed. Otherwise, it just simply won't work. But it's important what kind of regulation is, and yes. So at least the person who will be the leader, put it this way, of SEC, it looks promising so far, to be honest with you. Okay, guys, that's it for today. And yes, Don't forget, if you like this content, then smash the like button, highly appreciated, and then it gets to more people, no question of that. And subscribe to this YouTube channel if you would like to stay really up to date in blockchain, in crypto, because I think this is essential. And yes, the only thing you have to do, subscribe, bell button, all, and then you're getting the notifications as soon as, I put a video here on YouTube. And I do that every weekday. So Monday to Friday, you're getting these fresh, crispy news. Therefore, tomorrow I'm coming back, of course, with the freshest cryptocurrency and blockchain news. I wish you a great day. Have a good one. Bye-bye.